The soft lighting, the glimmering stage, and the hum of thousands of fans gathered for what they thought would be another heartwarming fan meeting. But this night would become unforgettable, not just for its perfectly curated entertainment, but for a single moment that shattered the boundaries between fantasy and reality. When Jung Hae stood on that stage, uttering the words, "My wife, Jung So minutes," the world stopped. Gasps echoed, tears flowed, and the internet went into a frenzy. Was this a slip of the tongue? A playful jest? Or the confession fans had been praying for all along? Their story didn't begin with confessions. It began with scripts, directors, and spotlights. When Jung Hae and Jung So minutes were first cast together in the romantic drama Spring Shadows, the chemistry was instant. Viewers praised their dynamic as magnetic, citing every glance, every subtle brush of the hand, as evidence of something deeper. The way he looked at her during emotional scenes, the way So minutes' eyes lit up when talking about him during interviews, these were not merely good acting. Fans, critics, and even fellow cast members began to speculate, could the line between character and reality have already blurred? As the series progressed and gained cult-like status, social media exploded with theories and evidence. Fan edits flooded YouTube, Reddit threads dissected behind-the-scenes footage, and the hashtag #Haemin began trending globally. It wasn't just about the drama anymore. It was about them, the possibility of love blooming behind the cameras. Their post-drama appearances didn't help settle the storm. At awards shows, their smiles lingered just a bit too long. Their greetings seemed a touch warmer than the standard industry courtesy. Even when seated apart, camera lenses often caught them stealing glances at each other across red carpets. Every shared laugh, every joint interview, added fuel to the fire. Then came the infamous Paris trip. While both actors claimed to be visiting the French capital separately, she for a fashion shoot, he for leisure, eagle-eyed fans noticed similar backgrounds in their respective Instagram stories. The same cobbled alleyway, the same late-night cafe. Mere coincidence? The fandom didn't think so. Industry insiders, stylists, and even one of their former directors spoke in hushed tones about the two. They had a rhythm, one crew member noted. It's rare. Even off-camera, they moved in sync, like a couple. Yet, neither star confirmed nor denied the swirling rumors. They continued on with their individual careers, appearing in different projects, occasionally referencing each other in interviews, but always with a guarded tone. Still, the clues mounted. Jung Hae once mentioned in a talk show how he admired women who are sincere, grounded, and who smile with their eyes. Fans immediately recalled So minutes' signature warm-eyed smile. In another segment, So minutes was asked who she would work with again without hesitation. She blushed, looked at the camera, and simply said, "You already know." Even when Dispatch, Korea's notorious paparazzi outlet, hinted in a New Year's post that a top actor and a beloved actress known for her quirky charm were dating, many were convinced it pointed to Hae and So minutes. The pair remained silent, letting the mystery grow. Despite the silence, their supporters grew louder. Insights blossomed. Fan fiction imagined their life as a couple. On Twitter and TikTok, users created viral theories, using clip analysis, voice intonation comparison, even wardrobe cross-referencing, to demonstrate their hidden love. Behind all the noise, one truth remained: both actors continued to glow when around each other. Whenever fate or events brought them together, be it a commercial shoot, an award ceremony, or even variety show panels, the atmosphere shifted. There was a softness, a reverence in how they acknowledged each other, something that couldn't be faked. And then came the surprise reuniting project, a documentary-style travel variety show titled Moments Between. Premise was simple: two actors revisit filming locations from their past and reflect on their journey. Producers had paired Jung Hae and Jung So minutes as the lead duo. The internet lost its collective mind. From the first episode, connection was undeniable. They laughed at inside jokes, reminisced fondly about old scenes, and shared personal anecdotes. At one point, while visiting a quiet temple in Kyoto, So minutes quietly said, "Feels like we never left." To which Hae responded with a wistful smile, "Some places are better with the same person." That series gave fans more than just nostalgia, It offered something real, glimpses of quiet intimacy, moments of unspoken understanding. It was the closest thing to a soft launch, and audiences were enthralled. Still, the words were never spoken. Not until that night. A fan meeting event celebrating Hae's 10th year in the industry, held in Seoul, drew over 5,000 fans. It was a night filled with music, messages, and memory-laden moments. Towards the end, he took a deep breath, scanning the crowd, visibly emotional. "There's someone who has walked beside me, not always in public, but always close," he began. Fans leaned forward, phones raised, breaths held. "I don't say this lightly, but it's time I stopped hiding how grateful I am." So minutes. "My wife. Thank you for being my everything." Screams. Tears. Disbelief. Joy. The auditorium erupted. Jung So minutes, seated discreetly in the third row, clasped her hands to her mouth. Her eyes shimmered, whether out of shock, emotion. Both, she smiled, the kind of smile only love can shape. Air buzzed with disbelief, electricity, and euphoria. For a moment, no one moved. Time paused, suspended in the weight of one sentence. "My wife." Jung So minutes, a phrase that carried the emotional gravity of a decade-long drama, now uttered not by a character, but by the man himself, Jung Hae. Was it real? Could it be true? The questions echoed through the massive auditorium and rippled through digital screens worldwide. Within seconds, fan pages were ablaze, hashtags surged, and video clips spread like wildfire. But no one wanted to rush to conclusion. A heartfelt slip of the tongue? A metaphor? Or the long-awaited unveiling of Korea's most beloved hidden romance? Backstage sources confirmed that even the event organizers had no idea what was coming. One crew member, visibly stunned, reportedly said, "We had a script. That wasn't in it." Another insider claimed that Hae's management team was caught off guard but extremely supportive. Jung So minutes' response that night, though wordless, spoke volumes. As cameras focused on her, she laughed softly, cheeks flushed pink. She offered a nod, then brought her hands together in a gesture of gratitude, almost as if blessing the moment. There was no denial, no correction, just a serene acceptance. The press went into overdrive. Within an hour, major Korean news outlets ran headlines like "Jung Hae drops the bomb, my wife." Jung So minutes' apostrophe sends fans into frenzy. And did Korea's favorite on-screen couple just go public? Aukpop and Soompi published side-by-side articles, analyzing every micro-expression and timeline detail. Social media exploded with joy, analysis, and, most importantly, validation. Fan theories that had lived on Tumblr and Discord channels for years suddenly gained legitimacy. Twitter users dug up old photos, edited heartwarming video montages, and flooded platforms with art, poems, and memes. The celebrity world, too, reacted swiftly. Fellow actors took to Instagram and Twitter with congratulations veiled in emojis and subtle captions. Gong Yoo posted a winking face. Park Bo Young uploaded a photo of two teddy bears holding hands. He simply wrote, "Finally." While fans celebrated, the media sought clarification. Both agencies initially declined to comment, fueling even more speculation. But the silence didn't matter anymore. The moment had already belonged to the public. And for most, that moment said more than any press release ever could. In the days that followed, Dispatch released unreleased photos, taken months ago, of the two actors walking hand in hand near Han River Park. A mutual friend shared that they had been quietly dating for at least 4 years. They didn't want to lie, but they also didn't want to lose what they had to public scrutiny, the source said. What struck people most wasn't just the romance, it was the authenticity. Jung Hae's confession wasn't part of a variety show stunt, nor was it dropped during a scandal. It was his moment, on his stage, shared with fans who had supported him from the start. And that's what made it beautiful. Among fans, one sentiment echoed louder than all: "We believed, we waited." And love spoke. So what now? Rumors suggest wedding bells could be on the horizon. When asked days later in a surprise paparazzi encounter, Jung So minutes simply smiled and said, We'll share when the time is right. Brands have already begun contacting the couple for joint endorsements. Fans are demanding a reunion drama or even a documentary chronicling their love story. Editorials in entertainment magazines call it the love story Korea didn't know it needed. But beyond the business and buzz lies a deeper impact. Jung Hae and Jung So Min's journey has sparked hope, not just for fans of romance, but for a generation that often doubts the sincerity behind celebrity relationships. They didn't make announcements, they made memories. Their story reminds us that sometimes, the most powerful declarations are not shouted, but spoken gently, before a crowd that already loves you. And when Jung Hae finally said it, he didn't just confess to Jung So Min, he told the world, and the world